Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a little bit different from what you've seen so far on my channel. I know I've been pumping out budgeting videos like crazy this past week as we kind of transition into a new month. But there's another big piece of my channel that I really wanted to introduce to you guys today and to share with you just a little bit of my story, because I'm all about overall wellness, which includes the financial, but also mental, spiritual, physical, everything like that as well. I've learned quite a lot over the years and I've still got a lot to learn, but I am going to be sharing my weight loss journey with you guys basically from start to finish in a way, I guess you could say, on this channel, because while I signed up for Weight Watchers a little over a month ago, and I dabbled in it this past month, I'm really, making the commitment to be consistent with it and to, dedicate my energy and my time to it and give it 100%. And I'll go into more of that and why I decided to use WW Weight Watchers. They just changed their name, so now they're known as WW and not Weight Watchers. So, but they're very popularly known as Weight Watchers. So I'm going to refer to them as WW moving forward because that's their current name. But just know that when I'm saying WW, that's Weight Watchers. So, anyways, just had to get that out there. So I think the best place or the best way to begin this whole video and this whole introduction to this part of my life is to kind of rewind a bit and let you know where I started out. So just some backstory. Before I got pregnant with my daughter, which was just about almost 5 years ago, because she's going to be 4 next month, I was a very active person. I hiked all the time. I did Tone It Up workouts with Karina and Katrina. You might have heard of them. It's a very popular fitness company. It's on Instagram, Tone It Up. I love them. Very inspiring. So I encourage you to follow them if you don't already and you're interested in that kind of thing. But worked out consistently. I would say I had a very healthy relationship with food. I didn't really view food as like good or bad. I had pretty decent body image. I mean, I was always looking to tone up more, but I wasn't weighing myself. I had no idea actually like how much I weighed for a while. It was just kind of like a casual thing, like it wasn't like I wasn't ever on any intense like diets, I would say. I don't know. I dabbled in a couple, but anyways, I was much more in shape back then. Basically, I felt like I had more confidence, more energy, that I just was more active and had a better relationship with food. And that was the big piece for me, was that healthy relationship with food. So then I got pregnant and threw all caution to the wind. I will never forget, I went up to my friend Jessica and I told her, hey, I can't participate in this fitness program with you because I'm pregnant, even though I totally could have. I just used my pregnancy as an excuse not to, if I'm being honest. So, and then I proceeded to, eat all of the things, and I ended up gaining 60 plus pounds. I don't know the exact number. It was between 60 and 65 pounds with my first pregnancy. And then I had my baby, Madeline, the light of my life. She's my entire world. If you know me, you know that. I'm kind of obsessed with my daughter. She's amazing. I love her to pieces. So I had my daughter, and unfortunately, after I had my daughter, I did have some experience with postpartum depression. And it's something that I was very ashamed of, very embarrassed about. My husband saw me at my absolute worst. I put on a fake smile and told everyone that I was like fine. Other than my very close work friends, they kind of knew more about my struggles and things like that. But I had a really hard time. I'm not going to get emotional. I'm going to try not to. Transitioning back to work after having my daughter. I was dealing with a lot of guilt. I wasn't feeling my best. The job that I did back then was something I was not passionate about. I loved the people I worked with, and that was essentially the only like pro of going to work every day, was seeing them and being able to talk to them and having their support. And I was also breastfeeding, so I would be dragging, my pump with me to work and like pumping throughout the day and all that stuff. Breastfeeding was something that was really important to me. And I made it 9 months with my daughter, which I'm really grateful for. It wasn't as long as I wanted to go, but so yeah, dealt with some postpartum depression. And as you might guess, like, I think that depression and anxiety can really lead to some unhealthy habits, being like lethargic, being like not having energy to go and do things. Turning to food, emotional eating is a big one for me. So I didn't gain weight after I had my daughter, for the first little while, but I didn't lose the weight either. So the 60 plus pounds that I put on was not going away. I think I lost maybe 20 of it just naturally from like breastfeeding and giving birth to her, and then that was about it. So, and that led to just tons of feelings of insecurity. I mean, I was feeling insecure as a mom, being a first-time mom, insecure in my marriage because of, having a new baby, and things change in your marriage, obviously, once you have a baby. And I was feeling insecure at work because I felt like I was just sleep deprived and emotional every day. And while I tried to do my best, I didn't always have the best attitude. And so anyways, I just struggled for a good bit there. And I worked at that job for close to 3 years after I gave birth to my daughter. And I loved the people that I worked with, loved them. I'm still good friends with them today. But like I mentioned earlier, the job itself was not something that my heart was into. I was not passionate about it. And I just was obsessing and fixating on just trying to get out of there to be home more with my daughter, because I would leave for work at 7 in the morning, 30 minutes after she woke up, and I would get home like around 6:30, depending on traffic, and I'd get like an hour with her during the work week, and I just never saw her. Sorry. And it broke my heart. So I didn't expect to get emotional in this video, so I apologize, but I just really had a hard time. And I was desperate to find a way to be home with her more, but also to find a job that just felt more meaningful to me, that was more positive to me. And eventually I did find that. I do work from home full time now, which is such a huge, huge blessing. And I'm doing a job that I love to do and that I feel like I am making a positive impact. I'm able to be myself and to, give my natural skills, my natural gifts, the things that I was born with. I'm able to utilize those skills and those gifts in my current job. So I'm very thankful for that. But once I was working from home full time, the one thing I did not expect was how dang lonely it would be. I really missed my work friends tremendously. They were a huge support to me. I mean, they're like sisters to me. I love them, and I wish we could see each other more if you're watching this, but we're hopefully getting together this weekend. So anyways, I miss them, and I just kind of fell into another like depression almost. And this past year it's been an interesting transition, kind of getting back to like transitioning from working outside of the home full time to working inside the home full time. I was lacking, I think, that sense of community. Even though I talked to people on the phone all day long, I was really lacking just, there's a couple people that I have really deep, meaningful conversations with, and you know who you are if you're watching this, during my workday, but I was lacking that community because I'm very passionate about a few things. I'm passionate about budgeting and finances, if you can't tell. And I'm passionate about planning and organizing and chore schedules and just like random things that, I can't like talk to my work people, like the people I work with, like all the time about, they probably think I'm nuts. I mean, they get glimpses of it, of course, because I am myself, while I'm on the phone and everything. But anyways, so it was just kind of lonely, and I fell into this like depression of like I was so grateful and so thankful. Like, I've been wishing for this for years, and then just kind of wondering, why am I struggling so hard with this? Like, what is happening right now? And I've been kind of just stuck in that place for about 8 months. And then recently I launched my YouTube channel, and can I just tell you, it's been like day and night for me. This is what I needed. This is what I was missing. I like to be a very busy person, and I like to share. I'm an oversharer, if anything. I love to guide and to help and to teach, and this is an outlet for me to do that, and it allows me to plug into this amazing community on YouTube. There's tons of channels on here where they focus on planning and budgeting and finances and, mommy tips and all sorts of things. And I wanted to just pour my whole heart and soul into it. And if I never made a dime off of YouTube, a penny, I would still do it. And that is what speaks volumes to me, that this is what I am meant to do. This is what I needed to be doing. So this is all like a long-winded thing, but anyways, all of this led up to a lot of weight gain, especially in the past year, because I have been I sit all day long. I'm pointing to my office chair that you can't see over there. I've been emotionally eating quite a bit and have just been self-medicating my depression and anxiety with food, basically. And it's a tough thing for me to admit, even to myself and to you guys, but we're all human and we all have our things, and emotional eating is my thing. And I think it's taken a lot of learning and growth and just reflection in the past year for me to finally get to this place where I'm like, okay, I know I need to put effort into getting out of the house every day, going to the library, going to the gym, going to the park with a friend, meeting up with their kids, scheduling something every single day, going grocery shopping. I used to do grocery pickup, which, don't get me wrong, is amazing and convenient, but I have started just going in the store again because I need to be around people. I need to walk around. I need to be out of the house for a little bit every single day. And that helps a ton with my mental state. And then I also need to be plugged into a community. I need to be busy. I need to be doing something that I'm passionate about. I can only talk to my husband, Andrew, about budgeting and finances for so long. It drives him nuts, if I'm being honest, because I just like bounce all my ideas off of him all the time. And bless his heart, he's great about it. He's very supportive, but I know that he's like, I could go without like hearing this for a day, I'd probably drive him nuts. Anyways, so I'm in this place now where, and this is just being fully transparent and honest, and hopefully I don't regret admitting this, but I weigh more now than I did when I was 40 weeks and 4 days pregnant with my daughter. Which is crazy, and it's affected me in a lot of ways. I feel very strongly that physical health and mental health go hand in hand. So I know that when I'm eating well and exercising, and as weight's dropping off, I feel better. I don't feel as depressed or as anxious. And I just, don't have as much energy to keep after my daughter. I mean, she's almost 4 now. She's very high energy, very active. She wants to do stuff all the time. And I'm like, oh man, I can't keep up. And I know it's because I have this excess weight on me. So I'm in a really healthy place now where I'm not really fixated on a number. It's really not about that at all anymore. It is really about feeling better and wanting to treat my body and myself with respect, practicing self-care so that I can be the best version of myself that I can be for my daughter, for the people I work with, for my husband, for my friends, my family. And it's not about, you know, being able to fit in a certain pant size or anything like that. And I appreciate and love my body, and I can truly say that in all honesty for exactly how it is today. I accept myself and love myself for exactly how I am today. I appreciate my body because I can walk every day, because I gave birth to my daughter. I carried her for 40 weeks and 4 days. And that's by itself just a miracle, and it's an amazing thing. It's a huge accomplishment. So I'm very grateful to my body for that. I'm proud of the stretch marks I've got on my belly because I didn't use enough cocoa butter when I was pregnant, and now I have lots of stretch marks, which is fine. I consider them like the tiger stripes, as they say. So I feel like I'm in a better place mentally with all of that. And my ultimate goal is eventually to become an intuitive eater, which means that I'm more in tune with my hunger and satiety, and I'm eating because I'm truly hungry versus emotional eating and that sort of thing. I want to just study myself more, as weird as that might sound, pay more attention to when I'm hungry, be mindful when I'm eating. That is like the long-term goal. And yes, I do want to shed some weight. And I know I just said it's not really about the numbers, but I do know that I look and feel my best, and I might not ever get here again, but when I'm in like the 140 to 150 range, which is still technically overweight for my height, but the BMI scale is a crack. It's awful. Like, I don't pay attention to it. That's how much I weighed before I got pregnant with my daughter, was usually between 140, 150. So if I get somewhere in that range or close to it, you know, I'm not like super attached to a specific number, I'll be really happy. I just know I'd feel better, and it really isn't about the number. It's just like, I know that that's where I feel my best. So that's where I want to be. So that has led me to WW. And the reason why I have chosen, after signing up, and like exploring keto and all these other, lifestyles, as I like to call them. I mean, technically diets, but I consider WW a lifestyle. I've tried calorie counting. I feel like that doesn't encourage a healthy relationship with food. And I'll explain kind of why. You can fit a donut very easily into your caloric intake for a day. Like, say I get 1,600 calories a day and that donut's 400 calories. I can easily fit that into my day. But I know that donut's not going to do anything for me. It's not going to fuel my body properly, and more than likely it's going to make me feel like crap. That's not to say I'm never going to eat a donut again, because I'm a big fan of chocolate long johns with sprinkles. If you know me, you know that. And I'll be eating some more in my life eventually. But I really want to focus on eating to feel my best and to fuel my body properly, which means naturally to stay away from more junk food. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that you can still have a positive relationship with food and still be aware of the foods that you eat and what makes you feel the best, because food is ultimately fuel, right? That's kind of the way I look at it. And I know this is so different for everyone, and everyone's got their viewpoints and everything like that. Weight loss and foods and exercise is so individual. So this is just my own take on it. I'm not saying this is what you should do or anything like that, or that's the right thing to do. It's just the right thing for me personally. I also know that I feel my best when I'm consuming healthy fats like avocados, MCT oil, things like that make me feel really, really great. Full fat cheeses, which WW, this is my one critique of them. I feel like they don't really support that very much, because 1 tablespoon of MCT oil is 8 points. And this is the one thing that I'm going to be doing differently from WW, and I'm going to stray a little bit because, as I mentioned, I don't view programs as cookie cutter. Sometimes you have to make adjustments for what works for you. So I will be including 1 tablespoon of MCT oil in my diet every day that is not tracked. And some of the WW, police folks out there may disagree with me, but that's what I'm going to do. If I need to make adjustments later on, I will, but that is what it is. So WW, they encourage lean proteins, they encourage fruits and vegetables, things like that. They encourage whole grains, and you can still eat the donut, but the donut's probably gonna be like 20 points. Like, that's a lot, you know? That's actually like an entire day's worth of eating for me because I get 23 points per day. So I feel like there's just a better balance with WW, and that the tracking is much more simplified. It's easier for me. I'm able to like kind of wrap my mind around it more. So that is why I've decided to do WW. And you're going to notice next week that I'm going to be posting more videos about what I eat in a day, and I'm going to be posting my weigh-ins, so you guys will be a part of this whole process with me. I can tell you that I signed up for WW officially on September 28th. And as I mentioned, I dabbled in it a bit for the past, like, 4 or 5 weeks. And in that time, I have lost 5 pounds, which is really exciting. I know it can be more if I commit to it 100% and more. And I think I'm in that place now where I'm ready to do that. And not I think, I am. I am in a place now where I'm ready to do that, because I just want this so badly for myself and for my family. And I'm ready. And maybe in the past 4 years, with all the diets that I've started and stopped and started and stopped, and just, you know, 2 steps forward and 5 steps back, I can say now, I just wasn't ready. For whatever reason, I wasn't ready. I don't know exactly why, but I think you do reach this point in your journey with any goal you're pursuing where you can really look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm ready for this. You know, I'm ready for this transformation. I'm ready to grow and to learn. And I'm okay with failing and stumbling. I'm not going to let that, you know, unmotivate me or throw me way off track. You know, if I mess up on a day, I'll just do better the next day, and it just continue to improve. So that's the mindset that I currently have with it. And yeah, so I think that's about it for this video. I really just wanted to share my story, give you some background on what got me here and what's led me to choose WW and to pursue these weight loss goals, and then to share them with you all here on YouTube. So my channel is primarily going to consist of budgeting, planning, and WW. And I don't want to call it like weight loss, just maybe like a journey to health is, I think, the best way to put it, is journey to health, because it's so much more than weight loss, really. It's weight loss, but that's also having more energy, feeling better, having more confidence, you know, treating my depression and anxiety in a natural way that I know works. I think that diet and or nutrition and exercise play a huge role in that. I've always been a firm believer in that. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or anything like that, you know, I'm an open book, so definitely leave them in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe and hit that little bell notification so you don't miss any future videos. That'll make sure that my videos are in your queue or your stuff or whatever they call it. Yeah, so I will talk to y'all later. Bye.